Yo, 2024, man. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys, especially going towards the end, the last quarter and the last half of 2023. It's been wonderful. It's been an amazing ride. You guys have made me feel comfortable. I'm trying to make you guys feel as comfortable as I can. Everybody that support my channel, Patrick, Tiffany's, just everybody, bro. Everybody. Motis, all the channel members, just everybody, man. I cannot thank you guys enough, man. I cannot, right? So, first things first, comment down below. Let me know what you're trying to turn around for 2024. It could be anything, right? My goal, well, I'll tell you what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to cut down recording time and try to provide more valuable content to you guys, whether that's winners or whatever the case may be. I just need to be better each and every day. Okay. Um, so comment down. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. I got one. I got another one, and I'm gonna write it down in the comments. Okay. I got another one. I'm gonna write it down in the comments. But jump in the comments and let me know. Right. But like I said, I can't thank you guys enough. Live streams are so productive. If you haven't been going into the live streams are so productive. Speaking of live streams, I won't live stream tomorrow. Let you guys live your life. If you want to contact me, comment on something, get at me. Just, so it is what it is, right? One of the tools you'll be seeing in this video is going to be Outlier. A lot of you guys know about it. Some of you guys don't. If you want to get a chance to access Outlier, you can go to my YouTube channel, and then you could click the link in my bio, and then bam, you can sign up, start you a free week trial. If you like it, you can move forward with it. They'll give you a week free. If you like it, you can move forward with it, right? But make sure you use the link because, of course, they sponsor my channel, and I get a little kickback. I ain't finished. All right, so this slate here, I'm just gonna go through a few things, get in, get out, man. Welcoming all new subscribers, right? I love it. You know what I'm saying? The mission here is the profit and not deposit. It's us versus the books. Let's get to it, right? Let me pull up a screen. Um, let's see. Okay, right. So first game on the docket here. I'm gonna talk about this. Hey, take what you like, leave what you don't. Probably not too many official plays. And make sure you glue to Twitter tomorrow. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve. You're gonna have some people that's gonna be in. You're gonna have some people that's out. Okay, it's gonna be turn up time tomorrow for the world. All right. Atlanta Hawks at Washington Wizards. We got a 252 over under, right? So last total, the high total that Atlanta had, they went under, right? Atlanta, they are, I want to say they started Sadiq Bey. Johnson is coming back. I think that tightens up their defense a little bit more. I can see instances where this game might go under. All right. This game went the last meeting for Atlanta went under. All right. Their last game. However, um, I like a lot of things here, right? Now the big thing here, the big news here is the guy. He's always in our way, right? Okongwu, right? So Okongwu is doubtful, so we can look at him as being just about out. So with Okongwu doubtful, um, I think we could pencil in Capella for a few extra minutes, right? And that explains why his rebounds and things of that nature opened up pretty high. So right now, his rebound prop sitting at 12 and a half. Do you want to get there? I don't know. If you want to, I couldn't talk you off of it. I'll lean towards the over there. I'll lean towards the over. However, he only hit this number once versus this team in the last 10 games. Uh, his points prop sitting at 14 and a half. He's hit that number twice, although he does have double-digit numbers versus this team in 8 of his last 10 games versus this team. So that's one thing that you can look at there, right? So the double-double is definitely in play here. It's a came in at a parlay piece at a minus 190. So I wouldn't mind putting it at a parlay piece, however you want to look at it, right? If you want to get to his points and rebounds, be my guest. Some shit like that. It is what it is, right? So Okongwu, and then like I said, in the absence of Okongwu, Clint Capella, he's gonna. I'll tell you who's gonna back him up. I'll give you this, right? He was in. He was in Houston last year. Bruno Fernando. Last time he even played was December 16th. And he played 16 minutes. He had 8 rebounds, right? And 13 points in 16 minutes versus Cleveland. So that's information that, is interesting. Knowing your personnel, knowing who's in and out, knowing your personnel equals knowing who's coming in behind Capella. Now, we can probably see Jalen Johnson, which I highly doubt he's going to get extra minutes because he did go out and play 35 minutes last game. But, he could get minutes there or whatever the case may be. But we'll see. Trae Young is questionable. Keep an eye out for that one, right? However, speaking of Jalen Johnson, I definitely like Jalen Johnson in this spot. So no matter if he's playing small forward, power forward, if Sadiq Bey is playing small forward, power forward, no matter how that's going to work, both of those guys will be in a good spot. Small forward, Washington, number 1 are giving up points to the small forward position, right? Washington, number 1 are giving up. This is on the season. They're giving up points to the. Rebounds to the power forward position. Small forward position. Number 1, they're giving up assists to the small forward position. Number 3 at 3 to the small forward position, so on and so forth, right? Steals, blocks. So blocks right outside the top 10. Fantasy scores, they number 1, right? So all of that. That's all the pick'em sites and the books wrapped in one, right? So things don't always pan out the way we think it, but this is a great spot for the small forward. And then you can look at the power forward, and in certain instances, I will look at points and probably rebounds and things of that nature. Some great players, though, you can make exceptions for. However, points-wise, versus the power forward position, Washington giving up 5th most points, and the rebounds, I'll stop right there. They're giving up the 5th most rebounds. So they're 5th and 5th at points and rebounds, right? So Jalen Johnson, his fantasy score is going to be in play. You can look at somebody like Sadiq Bey. In fact, versus this team, you know what's going on versus this team. Everybody's in play here. Bojan Bogdanovic coming in off the bench, flame throwing threes. You can look at DeJounte Murray, who's going to be a 1-1-1 candidate. What I mean by that is, a steal and a block. My FanDuel people know what that is. But where he's been in fuego at is the 3-pointers here. He's got 2 or more 3-pointers in 8 of his last 10 games. He's been in fuego, right? 5 of his last 6 games, he's got 3 threes. So he's hit 3 threes or more. So keep an eye out for the DeJounte Murray there. And it's been real. Even if you want to just filter it down to an alternate 9 at a 1.5, and you could take a look at that. His last 20 games, he's 15-20. His 2023 on the season, he's 21 of 31 for 68% to multiple threes. So, when you're doing bankroll builders and things like that, it's really real, right? It's really real. The threes for him is really real, okay? It wasn't like that last year. Trae Young, self-explanatory, double-double, like his assist prop. If he plays, I like it, right? So I don't really have to touch on the Wizard side of things. I just want to make sure you guys, get the full body of the Atlanta side of things here, right? So yeah, I'm gonna just keep it moving. But I will say this. I will say the injury news, you have to look out some injury news, right? So Washington, right? Tyus Jones is questionable. So if Tyus Jones doesn't play, then you could probably get a bump up in minutes for DeLon Wright, right? DeLon Wright is a guy that'll go out there and give him the minutes. He'll go out there and give you that 1-1-1. Okay. For my FanDuel people, you guys know what it is. His fantasy score would be in play. He's a good defender, given the minutes or whatever the case may be. He's only played since he's been back from injury. He's only played 2 games, and he went for 13 minutes. Then he played 17 minutes. His minutes are probably gradually going up, right? So it is what it is. Okay. Shout out to Denny Avija. He's hit the 1-1-1 two of his last 4 games. So keep an eye out on that situation as well, right? Next game on the docket we're going to talk about here is going to be the Brooklyn Nets and the Oklahoma City Thunder, right? And I just keep it simple to who I look for. If you've been rocking with me, you know exactly what I look for in certain players, right? I can start off from the top of the list. Cameron Johnson. Only in pace-up matchups will I ever look at his rebounds. It comes out at 3.5 and 4.5. Right now, it's coming out at 4.5. Versus Washington, we just went over the numbers. He plays the 4, and versus Washington, he goes out there and has 7 rebounds, right? Prior to that, 2 rebounds, 2 rebounds, 1 rebound, 4 rebounds. You get the drift, right? So his rebound prop will be in play in this pace-up matchup versus this team. Power forwards versus this team, 27, and they're giving up, as you can see, the 27. OKC is 27 in rebound, giving up rebounds to the power forward position. So it's a lean, not a play, right? The 3 ball, definitely look at him. This is what he does, right? He's 7 for 10 to the 2.5 threes on the season, head-to-head versus this team. He hit it. That wasn't this year. It was last year, but he still hit the 3 threes. In fact, rebounds head-to-head versus this team last year, he had 9 rebounds. But, of course, it's definitely a new year. But I just had to point that out. Last 10 games, you can look at his points. His points sitting at 15.5. He's hit this number at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight games. So the usage should be there. It's a pace-up matchup. There's a possibility that he can get there, okay? He's had some cake matchups, though, so don't get it twisted. His last 3 matchups been cake. Washington, Detroit, Denver was an okay matchup. New York Knicks, I guess, okay matchup. So he's been around that. He's been in and around that area. I'll tell you what, you see these 2 15s right here? He's had 15 points or better in 7 of his last 10 games, right? So Cameron Johnson. Next play you could take a look at would be the Nick Claxton, the steals, the blocks, the 1-1-1, all that's in play for him. The rebounds, he's definitely a rebound candidate. Spencer Dinwiddie, he missed an assist line on the hook for me 2 games in a row. I don't like that. I gave him out my last video. He missed it on the hook. I don't like that. What else do I have here? Shaquille Alexander. Everything is definitely in play for him. Steals and block. You can see he had 1 steal and 1 block in 4 of his last 5 games. He's been in fuego, right? The points in fuego, right? He's just been a monster. 2023, you could look at his numbers on the whole. He's got a steal in every game this year. So that automatically puts him in play for the 1-1-1. What about blocks? On the season, he's 16 to 29, over 50% getting a block. His 1-1-1 might come out at minus 115. It's definitely in play, right? And everything else. I mean, the assist prop, I don't know what happened last game. When I decided to take his assist, he didn't get there. He only had 3 assists, but it's definitely in play, right? Versus this team, hadn't faced this team this year, so I'll cancel those numbers out. Next play, next person we could look at is probably the last guy I'll touch on. Well, Jalen Williams, right? So Jalen Williams, another steals and block candidate here, the 1-1-1-1-1 guy. He's hit that number. He got hit it here once, 2 games in a row, right? And 3 of 6. He's 50% to this number. But yeah, he's hit it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of his last 10 games. The 3 ball for him, the 3 ball for him, it always comes out at 1.5. He's hit this number in 4 straight games. He's been hitting the 3 ball. So, it is what it is, right? Last but not least, Mikal Bridges, he's the 1-1-1-1 guy as well, all right? So let me keep it moving. I ain't going to say I'll skip over this game, but the Boston Celtics and San Antonio Spurs game, Collins is doubtful. Look, do what you want to do with this game, okay? Just do what you want to do with this game, right? Everything is played. Whatever you like, I like, all right? Los Angeles Lakers at New Orleans Pelicans here. We got an over-under 229.5 here. 229. I don't know. I always say that half. I'm too used to saying that half. However, I would watch the injury report. LeBron birthday, New Year's Eve. I would watch the injury report, man. I do have interest in Anthony Davis rebounds here, um, but and I like right now, and I like the threes for. I like the threes for CJ McCollum. Right. If you're on the books and you want to tease him down to 2, be my guest on some bankroll builder type of stuff. But I like the threes for him. It's sitting at 7.5. I mean at 2.5, and he's hit this number 7 out of his last 10 games. He only hit 1-3 versus his Lakers team, but I think he can bounce back and get the job done. So it's not an official play, but I lean towards the over threes for him. The numbers are getting pretty much juiced up right now, so it's definitely not a straight play for me. So if I do take that 2.5 at a -160, I'll end up throwing it in the parlay piece, right? But I'm probably going to end up liking other things, but I want to wait for the injury news to pop out for this game here. Next game on the docket we're going to talk about is going to be the Orlando Magic and the Phoenix Suns here, right? So looking at these guys here, I had penciled in. Paolo was a 1-1-1-1 guy. Franz, Booker, Durant, and Yusuf Nurkic, right? Yusuf Nurkic is probably the number 1 guy I'm probably going to look at for the 1-1-1 here. Maybe followed by Durant or something like that. But if you want to look at some individualized blocks for Yusuf Nurkic, he's got 2 blocks or better in 3 straight games, right? Steals for him. Now, steals been kind of a little bit all over the place, but he still got a steal in 7 out of his last 10 games. So that puts him in line for the 1-1-1, right? But what I really, really love here is his rebounds. And his rebounds sitting at 10.5. As you can see, he's been, hook smashing that. He's hit this number in 6 out of his last 10 games. A couple games this game he got 10. He got into foul trouble. I think he would have gotten there if he didn't get into foul trouble, right? On the flip side, this team, they're pretty tough against centers. I mean, Goga Batadze, he's a good defender, comes off the bench versus centers. Keep in mind, Wendell Carter is questionable for this one here. So there you have that, right? And then he might see a heavier dose of Goga Batadze if Wendell Carter doesn't play. And then if Wendell Carter doesn't play, you can look at Mo, Franz Wagner's brother, Mo. He'll probably get a little bump in the points category as well. But speaking of points, couldn't talk you off the points for Yusuf Nurkic. I don't know if I'll go there. You can look at his points. You can look at his points and rebounds, his double-double. I'm going to take a stab at the double-double at plus 100, okay? So that's one play that I know I'm going to take a stab at. Win, lose, or draw, I'll deal with the results. Like I said, Kevin Durant, he's a 1-1-1 guy. His points prop sitting at a low number right now at 25.5. He's hit this number at 80. He's 80% to this number on the season. I mean, in the last 10 games, it's 25.5. It's either you want to get there or you don't. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I'm gonna lay that out there, right? He's been dropping dimes and assists and stuff like that, getting everybody involved. I like what they're doing though. You can look at Gordon for his threes. Gordon's got 7 threes in back-to-back games. He made 7 threes in back-to-back games. Franz Wagner and Paolo points are in play. I guess if these guys don't score, they just don't win. Franz has been looking pretty good as of late. 24. His points prop sitting at 22.5, 24 points or better in 5 straight games. And Paolo points has been looking good. These guys, I like what they got going on. They've been gelling. I like what they've been going on, what they got going on here. He's 50% to his points prop at 23.5. It is what it is, right? So those are some spots, right? Even if you're just mixing things up and doing same game parlays or looking for things on PrizePicks or Underdog and stuff like that, give you guys some numbers to work with, okay? Last game on the docket here is Orlando Magic, not Orlando Magic, is Sacramento Kings at Memphis Grizzlies, and then we got 235 over under in this one here. Make sure you keep out on I can't stress it enough to make sure you guys keep an eye out on the injury news, right? Tomorrow, keep your eyes peeled. If you're gonna be turned up and you can't keep your eyes peeled to the injury news, don't play. If you got any doubts on anybody, don't play. Don't play if you got any doubts on anybody. So Rose questionable, Luke Kennard questionable, Herter is questionable, and there you have that, right? Listen, John Morant and Fox, right? If hey, John Morant and Fox, neither one of these guys are the best defenders here. They're going to have to go at it. They're going to go at it. If Fox is getting the vex of John Morant coming right back, and vice versa. So I expect those guys to have a dog fight, right? Fox is just a dog. You know what I'm saying? He's just a dog. John Morant is just a dog, right? So what I will say, though, we'll talk about some X factors here. And I'm really, really, really highly disappointed with the role players for Sacramento Kings other than Malik Monk. They just been, I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Jaren Jackson Jr., he's the 1-1-1 candidate, right? Couldn't talk you off his points either, all right? So I got love for his points and his 1-1-1, right? So 19 and a half points. He's 7-10 to this number. He missed it on a hook right here versus the Pelicans, right? Steals and blocks. That puts him in the in the rankings for the 1-1-1, right? It's sitting at 2.5. I like it. Head-to-head versus this team. He's 4-6 to this number on the 2.5 blocks and steals. So I like it. His blocks is sitting at 1.5 right now. Like he's 4 or 5 he's 5 or 6 to this number versus this team. You can get this on DraftKings, Caesars, and BetMGM right now. I would jump on it if you like blocks. This is what he does, right? Steals for him. He's 4-6 to this number versus this team. You could get this at a -169 on Caesars, DraftKings, and BetMGM, right? He's going to hit one of these. I'm going to tell you that right now, without a doubt. And then, like I say, he's that 1-1-1-1-1 guy, all right? Speaking of 1-1-1-1-1s, you can look at Jaren Jackson. Also, you can look at Ja Morant. He's been frequently jumping in that category. I think he's 3 or 4 to that number since he's been back. And we can talk about couple more things, the 3-ball, right? So let's start with De'Aaron Fox. Not only does he score, but he's been hitting the 3-ball lately, right? Back-to-back games with he's been hitting it. When he's been hitting it, he's been hitting it. So he's 60% to this 3.5. So, there you have it. You can look at his threes or you can look at his points. He made 8 threes. He made 7 threes, 6, 5, 4. 5-4, right? Desmond Bane. You could definitely look at his 3-ball here. Desmond Bane and or points, right? Because right now, the 3.5 threes, he's 6-10 to this number. Head-to-head versus this team, he's hit 4 threes or more in 4 of his last 5 games versus this team. That just about sums it up, guys. Happy New Year's, right? And please be responsible for what you with what you're doing on, out there in these streets. If it don't seem right, if something don't seem right, man, just distance yourself from situations. Okay. I want to see everybody back here in 2024, man. If something ain't right, distance yourself. You know what I'm saying? Be smart, man, in every situation. Let's get this money, man. Peace.